What do you say, Alice? What's up, Doc? We're going to look into this necromancer business. I figure we ought to start with the local cemeteries. Makes sense. You know where they are? Yeah, I did some research into the territory cemeteries a while back. Territories cemeteries. Territories cemeteries. To see if there's a pattern. You okay? Haha. Sorry. Anyway, there's one not too far from here. You discovered a new map location, the Dave Yard. Well, what do you think we should do next? Well, if you're looking to find out the lay of land, I guess a railroad crew would be able to give you a fairly literal interpretation. Makes sense. They're engrossed in conversation. Leave 'em be. Jeez, getting a little demanding with the text there, ain't it, Rude? These guys are having a spirited discussion about guns and which of theirs is nicer. Jeez, what is going on with... Piano player is not very good at his job. Yep. The old man stares off into the distance, listening to the piano. Try to talk to him. Holy crap. Y'all. Need to teach you about gun safety. You ain't pulling on each other, aiming at each other, putting the guns back. That ain't safe. Slop 5 meat. You're supposed to say slop 4 meat. You got an item. Plate of slop. This is a plate of the slop they serve in the Jewel and Dirtwater. They should really hire better kitchen staff before some competing restaurant moves in and eats their lunch. Hey, how come they're allowed to drink without hats on? Double standards. Holy crap, what's with all you people? Relax. These guys must have fallen asleep during a brawl. I see you found a local watering hole. Yeah, it's decent. Let me know if you find a whiskeying hole, though. Well, howdy do there. Always nice to meet a new face in town. Welcome to the Jewel Saloon. Ah, thanks. I'm Gent. Glad to know you, Gent. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, Lloyd. Saw a sign out front, advertising a room. That's right, finest room in the house, and plenty of room for your partner too. You interested? How much does it cost? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker fellow, and he paid a month in advance, right before getting himself killed by bandits. You seem a decent sort, so the room's yours if you want it, gratis. Well, great. This is a spittoon, which is a sort of brass bucket that people spit into instead of spitting on the floor. Because not spitting at all is not an option in this society, I guess. I say this despite knowing that you're pretty intimately familiar with spittoons already. Sicko. Let's take a look. Look, the Jewel Saloon is pretty nice as saloons go. Actual glass in the windows, more than 2 kinds of drinks, a poker room instead of a cockfighting pit. But this spittoon is still a spittoon. The rancid tobacco spit inside isn't fancy rancid tobacco spit. I still want to look at it. Here we go again. Alright, fine. You are now hunkered down next to a brass filth bucket, which has probably never been cleaned or emptied because you're near the desert and the ambient humidity around here is pretty low. Low enough that the spit evaporates nearly as quickly as it accumulates. So that's good, right? No, that's bad, because there's only the water part of the spit that evaporates. This brass bucket is half full of the rest of the spit, the toxins and filths that don't evaporate. Several years worth, distilled and concentrated until it's the consistency of molasses. People aren't allowed to flick cigarette butts into the spittoon anymore because they bounce out. but they don't catch fire, so I'm pretty sure it's safe. I'm gonna search it. You're about to put your hand into a bucket of something the color and viscosity of maple syrup, except instead of maple, it's flavored with the inside of the mouths of people who chew cigars instead of smoking them and have never brushed their teeth. Yeah. It feels like putting your hand into a bucket of lukewarm tapioca pudding, except instead of tapioca, it's basically poison. It smells like someone ran over a skunk, waited a week, and then set it on fire. It feels like your hand is dissolving. I'm gonna keep searching. You found something. You found a tacky, filth-covered porcelain cow figurine. A useless, disgusting thing that will make a great heirloom to your children, assuming you're still able to have any and you hate them. You got an item. Filthy porcelain cow. You have to hold this little porcelain cow upside down because it's filled with tobacco spit and you don't want to spill it out the little hole in the bottom of it. This item goes in your offhand. +3 melee attack damage and +3 spell damage. That's pretty good. Howdy, gent. Anything I can get for you? Hey, Lloyd. Do you need help with anything? Well, if you're handy with mechanical type stuff, something's gone wrong with our piano player. I thought the music sounded a little off. Yeah, it's not supposed to sound like that. I'll see what I can do. Thanks. I'd have poked around in them myself, but I lost the key. The key? First horses, and now piano players. Why are we sticking keys and everything? You lift up the back of the piano player's coat to reveal the hatch on his back that leads to his innards. It's locked, but it's not a very good lock. You pick the lock. You open the hatch and check out the machinery inside. There's obviously something going wrong, given all the plinkings and sprawling in and clicking noises coming out of the gears and stuff. It looks pretty complicated. Well, let's come back to it later since I don't have 5 mysticality. Howdy, gent. Anything I can get for you? I'll have a shot of bourbon. Coming right up. This is a glass of famous dirt water bourbon, which is famous mostly for having visible chunks of dirt in it. Increase your maximum HP by 5 for the rest of the day. Anything else? Who's that old man by the piano? Oh, that's old Ellsbury. Tragic fellow he is. He was a writer and a poet. Came out west to sell his stories, but nobody were buying. Too weird, his stories. Fantastical-like. Too bad. I love that stuff. Well, it don't much matter now, anyhow. He had to get normal work to make men's meat. Did passing well as a prospector, until one day he lost his mind in a mind. He what now? You know what I mean. He saw something that made him stop telling his weird tales. Made him stop talking near completely, come to that. He just stands by the piano nowadays. It seems to calm him down. As long as he doesn't make any trouble, I don't mind him too much. Feel a little sorry for him, to be honest. Poor fella. Can I get some darts? The sign on the dartboard said to see you for darts. Oh, sorry, all the darts got broken months ago. That's disappointing. I'll see you later, Lloyd. Table's full up. No room. You sit down at the poker table. The dealer emerges from somewhere in the back and sits down next to you. The lady on your right introduces herself as Libby, and the player on your left says his name is Clay. The dealer tells you that the ante is 20 meat. You ante up. Libby and Clay toss in 20 meat each. The dealer gives the deck a shuffle and then deals. A hand of cards glides across the table to you. It's a really great hand. 4 twos of diamonds and 3 deuces of hearts. It's the first round. The pot is 60 meat, and you estimate your chance of winning at about 40%. You stare at Clay for a while, without blinking. He looks a little shaken. 20% win chance. It's a second round of betting. A pot is 60 meat. And you estimate your chance to win around 60%. Forcefully strategize. 2 muscle. You grunt and strain and tear one of your cards in half. Now you have 2 of that card. 20% win chance. In the last round of betting, time to do or die. The pot is 60 meat and you estimate your chance of winning at around 80%. I'll check. Libby laughs and raises. Call. You furrow your brow and turn over your cards. A full house. Libby turns over a reverse South Carolina flush. Clay smiles broadly and reveals his cards. A straight. You win. You gather your haul. 120 meat. The dealer announces that the ante has been raised to 25. I'm gonna walk away for now. Poster says rules of poker, followed by hundreds of weird rules in tiny print. The king must be replaced with 4 suicide queen. What? A player with more than 21 cards in their hand must remove their hat. Alright, that's enough of that. This lady is too busy washing dishes to pay attention to you. Hey, what are you doing in here? Employees only, bud. Oh, sorry. I was just, looking around. So you're the nosy type, eh? Well, I prefer adventuresome. As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I'm out of saltpeter, and I need someone to pick me up some more. Salt? Peter? Isn't that the stuff used to make gunpowder? And other things. Look, who's the chef here, me or you? Okay. Where can I find it? Your best bet's a military camp, because it's used to make gunpowder. Shut up. Nearest one is Fort Cowardice. They keep it in little green jars. The chef marks the fort on your map. You discovered a new map location. Fort Cowardice. Okay, be right back. This shelf is full of canned and bottled ingredients and boxes of slop helper. This is where the chef preps ingredients for cooking. It's also where he parks his beer. Atop this pot-belly stove is a pot full of slop. A pot stove top slop pot.
I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
There we go. You gain 1 XP. This little girl's selling flowers. You lose 50 meat. You got an item, sweet smelling flower. Holy crap, I didn't realize I just spent 50 freaking meat. That's a lot of meat for a few flowers. Howdy. I'm so sorry, sir.
Hello there. Welcome to Deadwater Mercantile.
There's an article entitled Debilitating Toxins. Where are they now? Gives bad medicine, a combat skill that reduces target's moxie. There's a fold-out chart listing all the hottest new poisons. Gives expert poisoner, a passive skill that multiplies the amount of poison you apply to enemies when you poison them. There's an article with a list of tips and tricks for moving really quickly. Gives quick on the draw, a skill that increases your speed. Expert Poisoner. You memorize the chart of poisons. Fascinating stuff. You got a perk, Expert Poisoner. Unfortunately, you're so distracted thinking about new kinds of poisons that you misplaced the magazine. Rats. Dirt, Water, Hosts of Ice. Sponsored by LTNT. It's one of those newfangled telegraph machines. A big cabinet of locked post office boxes. Hi, I'm Jentleman. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. Thanks anyways. The clerk clears her throat. Howdy, you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. I could be sheriff, maybe. Do you have any law enforcement experience? Not really. Have you ever been to sheriff's school? No. Do you have an existing relationship with Dirtwater's local government? Are you familiar with all of our local ordinances? Do you even live here? No. Then what, may I ask, in tarnation makes you think you'd be qualified to be the sheriff? I just assumed. You just assumed that you could mosey into town and become sheriff on your first day? Well, when you put it that way, she snorts. If I had 5 meat for every wide-eyed, protagonist-looking kid who wanders in here thinking they're the most important tenderfoot to ever strap on iron, I wouldn't need this dead-end clerking job. Sorry. It's okay. Like I said, it happens all the time. Need any help until you find a new sheriff? Sure. If you got any good with a gun, and there's always somebody who needs some justice, wanted posters are back there. Cells are over yonder. She points behind her, off to the right respectively. It's a wanted poster. No, wait, you misread it. It's a wasted poster. Close enough. Poster reads, Wasted. The Stripy Hat Gang for grand theft paint and tasteless hat vandalism. Last seen in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon. 1,000 meat reward. Interesting. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and low-down, no-fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable. Want to go after them? Yeah, sure. You discover a new map location, Cavern Canyon. A wanted poster, or a wanted poster, if accuracy is important. Wanted, the House in the Desert Gang, for mortgage non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. Also. I mean, can you blame them? They're collection agents. Last seen in the House in the Desert, 500 meat reward. You wonder if the house is named after them or if they're named after the house. In any case, at least their location is unambiguous. Want to go after them? Yep. Take note of their location of the house and resolve to bring the house gang to justice. A vacant lot. 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 Not a lot available past this point. Okay. You notice a trail of burnt vegetation off the off the side of the trail, which can only mean one thing: a hellcalf is grazing nearby. Let's track it down. Hold her quick! Oof! Yeah! Holy cow! You put that abominable calf out of your misery. You got an item, tainted beefsteak. This would have been a prime piece of beef full of potential before its owner was taken over by a smoldering demonic spirit. Now it's, well, done. You skin the cow with your trusty knife. You got an item, extra thick leather. Leather taken by force from one of the lesser of the region's demonic cows. Moo. Coffee cactus. Oops, sneaky, sneaky. Can't get past this pile of junk without making a racket and alerting the gang. Danger, spider. You know what? I think I'll stay out here with the horses. You go have fun. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see that. This is gonna be fun. I don't like spiders. This crate has weapons scrawled in black paint. You dig through the crate. It's mostly full of packing straw, but you find a pretty fancy knife at the bottom. You hear a sudden chittering coming from the big hole behind you. This is the kind of knife you'd wield at a fancy cocktail party. No way you're going back in there. Oh, I do have a crowbar. The boards can't hide from your prying eyes or your prying crowbar. This door has like 15 deadbolts on it. The note tacked to it says, please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it because the rest of us don't want to get eaten by a spider. It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously. The tunnel behind this huge opening goes straight up. There's no way you can go through it unless you're a huge spider. You hear a horrible skittering noise, followed by a scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. Then there's more skittering, then silence. Don't go inside. No, I'm gonna go inside. Gang has been prepped for spider consumption. Danger, kitchen, danger, bar. They sure like their danger signs. This poor chef is chained to the wall. His eyes widens as you approach. Hey, you're not one of them. Are you here to rescue me? Sure. Oh, thank goodness. He thrusts his hand in yours and shakes vigorously. I'm Doug. Gent. How you doing, Doug? Well, I've been chained up in this dank cave for weeks, cooking for those stripy-hat idiots. That sounds awful. You wanna know the worst part? There's perfectly good oven 8 feet to my right, and a shelf of perfectly good ingredients 8 feet to my left. How's that the worst part? This chain's only 4 feet long. Ah, that's rough. You know, I know, right? There I was, fresh out of culinary school, with a million meat idea in my head, and now here I am, 4 feet shy of my dreams, cooking the same pot of soup over and over again. What million meat idea? You promised not to steal my idea, right? I take ideas of other people's and my own very seriously. Yes, I promise. Okay then, it's a new kind of sandwich, or maybe a taco. It's so revolutionary that I'm not quite sure where it fits in the whole hand food taxonomy, to be honest. Anyway,
In the middle, there's a sausage, but it's sausage made from the cheapest possible parts of a pig, ground up so finely that you can't identify them anymore.
I have stated before that a hot dog is a taco, and now I've found someone who agrees with me, or at least is open to agreeing with me. Okay, I will now protect this man with my life. And it's served on a long split roll, which soaks up the grease so you can't tell how fatty the sausage is. And the best part, the name. You ready to hear the name? Sure. I'll call it the Hot Dog. What do you think? Sounds great. Thanks! Not that any of this even matters. Even if I did get this chain off, there's no point in hanging around in this empty cave, making hot dogs just for myself. I don't even like the taste of them. You could set up shop in Dirtwater. Brilliant! You're a genius, Gent. Hot dogs for sale, all day, every day. I'll make a mint. Say, here's an idea. What if I add mint to the sausage mixture? Yelp and breaks his chains. He leaves the cave, hauling the oven in the shelf full of ingredients, muttering to himself about new sausage recipes. That's that then. Nothing on this shelf looks good. Well, he took all the good stuff with him. Looks like this place needs a new bartender. What's this? You got a jaw harp in his pocket. Maybe they killed him for playing the jaw harp too much. Now that's just rude. You got an item, jaw harp. All these bottles are empty. Ooh, look at me, I'm a bartender. I'm gonna stand here and give people quests. Alright. You stack the cocoons on the back of your horse, except for one, which Alice carries in her medical bag. He was smaller than he looked. And head back to Dirtwater Jail. Turn him in.
Is this the Striped Hat Gang? What happened to him?
They had a run-in with a giant spider of justice.
Fortunately, the reward is for results rather than explanations. Howdy, what can I do for you?
Just wanted to say hi.
Hi. Well, I best be getting back to work.
She coughs as if to say that you should be doing something more important. Oh, another poster. Wanted, the Pottenkin Gang, for unlicensed civil engineering and flaunting of construction regulations. Last seen in an unregistered settlement north of Dirtwater. Poster shows the location of a suspicious city the gang is hiding out in. Want to check it out? Sure. You note the location and resolve to bring these unlicensed builders to justice. You can plunk it if you like. You stick the twanger in your mouth and plunk it as best you can. You plunk your twanger all live long day. Hot dog. Howdy, Doug.
Well, if it isn't my savior, good old Gent. Howdy yourself.
The sign outside.
Yeah, I had to change the name. I tried to file a trademark and it turns out there's already something called a hot dog.
What is it?
Trust me, you don't want to know. I wish I didn't know. Anyway, singular letter removed. I'm in business.
He gestures at the menu on the wall behind him. This is exactly enough sausage and exactly enough bun to qualify as a hot dog. It is perfectly efficient. A thick, sturdy hot dog for a thick, sturdy cowboy. This hot dog has been embellished with a zesty sauce. Don't get too excited though. The zesty sauce is just regular old mustard.